Welcome back to the garage, guys. We've been getting a lot of videos from you guys who are interested in the THC, and we've been noticing a couple of things. The first thing we'd like to address is this arm. A lot of you guys seem to have a wheel out there on the arm, and we think we might have solved the problem why you need that. A lot of the machines we're noticing that issue on, they've painted these areas on here. By doing that, you're going to create a soft and spongy arm. Our arm is very solid with that. You shouldn't have any flex of that arm at all if you got your bearings adjusted right. So we want to take a second and cover how we go ahead and paint this and how we protect it from all the corrosion and stuff that goes on when you're plasma cutting. So what we do, guys, is we take our bearing block and we just set the tubing in it. It'll be close enough. And then we just put a dot where the bearings go. And then we'll flip it over and do the other side. And we'll be close enough with that. So now that we've got that done, we've got some painting tape, and we'll just put that on here. We'll cover the center and cover the center and mask that off. And then we'll do the same thing here. Needed to get that first piece of tape on first, better. A little cold today. I'll just go around and do all the sides. Now we've got it masked off, we'll get that painted up. Well, we've got everything masked off. We're going to go ahead and hit it with some primer. We use Rust-Oleum Professional. It tends to dry real fast. We've shaken it up. We're going to just hit this real quick. That should do it. One thing to note, guys, is you always want to pull your masking off before your paint dries completely. So it's a good idea to get that off. Otherwise it could chip and you don't get the lines, don't turn out quite as clean. So it's always good to get this pulled off. It's not ready for the next step yet. We've got to let it sit for a little while, but it's definitely good enough to get this pulled off. Getting some nice clean lines on here. You know, it is still tacky. If we look at my fingers, it is sticking to my fingers a little bit. So it's good enough to pull the tape off, but it's not good enough for the next step. Well, guys, this has been drying about an hour. You know, normally we'd let this sit overnight, but we're not using this piece, you know, for anything. It's just a demo for the video. But the next step is we're going to put some bluing compound on these things. Now this is Super Blue by Birchwood Casey. They also make just a normal blue. This was the one that they had in stock at our local Shield store, so that's what we bought. But it's just going to blue these or protect them. This is used for guns, you know, to protect them from the weather, and this stuff works really well. So we're just going to take a Q-tip, put it on here, and we're just going to go across here and get it nice and wet. We'll do it on all sides. Kind of see the difference between one that's done and one that isn't. And this is going to prevent any rust from getting on this piece where we didn't paint. So it'll leave a nice hard surface for the bearings to ride on, so they're not digging into the paint and causing any sag or droop or, you know, rough movement. So we're just going to go across. Normally we might give this 2 coats. Whoop. Accident. And that's how we're going to protect those things from getting any rust corrosion. So with that, guys, I'm going to wipe the excess off. Wipe that up. But there you go, got a nice dark finish on there. Now, it doesn't say it in the instructions, but it's something we've always done, and I don't know where I've read it before, is tomorrow after this cures, we're gonna rub in some good quality oil. We're gonna use like a 10 weight airline oil, but something like that, even a 3-in-1 oil or a motor oil. Just rub that in, it gives it a final protection, and then rub it all off. But that's how we make the gantry tubes, the top y-axis rail and the x-axis rail. So get a nice protection, it'll never rust, and it looks kind of cool. Well, with that, guys, I hope you learned a little bit about how we're doing this on our machine. It's been 2 years old, there's no rust on it. It's worked very well for us. I hope that you guys who are just building your machines have good luck with that process. Thanks a lot, and make sure to like and subscribe.